Ahrens, and this is Stephen Flaherty, my longtime collaborator, and we wrote DESSA ROSE, which is one of our favorite shows. And the reason for that is that it involves two women who really live, but it is a fictional weaving together of their stories. One woman was a wealthy white woman living on a secluded farm in the South. This is a number of years before the Civil War. And the other woman was a slave who took part in a slave uprising and was captured and hung. But before she was hung, she was allowed to give birth to her child because the child was property. And in our version of these two stories, oh, and I should add that the white woman gave sanctuary to runaway slaves. Mm-hmm. So in the story that we are telling, which is based on a novel called DESSA ROSE by Shirley Ann Williams, these two women meet. DESSA ROSE, who is the title character, and the slave, has her child. She does not get home. They, in fact, form this very uneasy alliance, and they both enable one another to escape, but in very different ways. Ruth, the white woman, helps DESSA ROSE to escape from the South and from her persecutors, and DESSA ROSE helps Ruth to escape from her own conceptions about what she has to be and who she is. And in freeing one another, they become friends of a very interesting and tough-edged kind. And by the end of the show, they have gone their separate ways with their children, their young infant daughters. But the ending is very powerful. And I think it has a power that transcends us as the writers or anything. It just has this wonderful sense of coming together of human beings and sisterhood and the oral history, telling this story of how these two women live their lives. That's DESSA ROSE in as much of a nutshell as I can tell it.
Children born free or slaved, who we to say, who lives or dies, child, milk, blood, we all God's children, and who we to say what this life's about, who we to say what this life's about.
I think a lot of the people that enjoyed the score of Ragtime will really enjoy the score of DESSA ROSE, because I think of them in a certain way as companion pieces. DESSA ROSE is the closest I think that we've ever come to creating a folk opera. It's really the sound of America. It's about the sound of who we were and the sound of the South. It draws on a lot of really interesting and very rich musical traditions. And it's used to tell a very emotional story. And the two central characters of DESSA ROSE, I think, are maybe two of the best female characters that we've ever written. So if your theater company has two amazing actresses looking for a vehicle, this may be it.
One of the reviews of DESSA ROSE called it the greatest love story on the stage in this season. And it is a love story of two women. It's a story of friendship and sisterly love that is quite strong. I will add one thing about DESSA ROSE that's an interesting challenge for the two actors playing those two lead roles. They have to play old and they have to play young, and they have to play it in a split second. And what we discovered is it doesn't require costume changes. All it requires is if a woman has a shawl and it's draped over her elbows, she puts it over her shoulders and she goes like that and she's old. It's breathtaking how simple it can be to do those transitions. It can be in the voice that gets a little slower. It can be in the crook of the back. You don't even need a cane. You don't even need a costume. You don't even need a wig. You don't even need glasses, nothing. Our two original actresses, the brilliant Rachel York and LaShawns, just managed to create their old selves and their young, vital selves with just a split turn of the head. So I offer that up because looking at it on the page, it might seem daunting, but it really is very simple.